hamster bedding.
What hamster bedding should I use?
Hamster
What
bedding.
hamster bedding should I use?
The best hamster bedding.
Okay, I don't have any comments asking that. Actually, I don't have that many comments, but this video is for the people who are wondering questions about hamster bedding. Let's go! So today's video is gonna be about hamster bedding. Before we start, make sure to hit that shiny red subscribe button and that like button as it is free and helps me out. What bedding should I use? So the first type of bedding I recommend using is paper-based bedding, since it is cheap, soft, available in most of the countries and safe. Here are some examples of which paper beddings there are. You can even get different colored ones, but just make sure they aren't scented. The reason for that will be explained later on in the video. Number 2 is soil bedding. I have seen a lot of people use this bedding and it is safe, kinda. Make sure you buy soil and not take it from your yard or somewhere. Before using the bought soil as the bedding, I recommend baking the soil to kill any bacteria, any bugs, things like that. Here are some soil bedding examples. Make sure to get organic potting soil. Number 3 is Aspen bedding. Aspen is the only wood bedding safe for hamster and is quite popular, I must say, though make sure it's shredded and not shavings. Here are some examples of Aspen bedding. Number 4 is Kaytee soft granule. Well, this is not available in my country, so I don't know much about it, but it is safe. These are made from wood fiber, I think, and they look something like this. Though they aren't the best for burrowing, so maybe use it in some parts of the cage. Also, here are some examples of soft granule bedding. Number 5, hemp shaving. Safe, I guess. Don't know anything about it, but I do know it's safe, and here are some examples of hemp bedding. Unsafe hamster beddings. Which beddings are unsafe for hamsters? Well, the first one is softwood shavings, also known as pine or cedar bedding. Now, these are extremely dangerous for hamsters as it can cause respiratory infections. I hope I pronounced that right. What are the dangers, you may ask? Cedar trees produce chemicals that are made to protect the tree from bugs and funguses to prevent eating the tree. Because of these chemicals, it is very dangerous for animals as well as humans. Pine trees also contain the same type of chemical which is dangerous to animals and humans. Here are some examples of softwood shavings that you should avoid. Well, you should avoid all of them, but yeah, you get it. Harmful bedding number 2 is corn cob bedding. Any liquidy thing that gets on this bedding, such as water or pee, can cause funguses. And it is also not soft, so it is hard to burrow. Here are some examples of corn cob bedding. Harmful bedding number 3 is scented bedding. You may find some things labeled as safe for hamster when they really aren't. Scented bedding sounds pretty good to you because it means your hamster won't smell, but it's kind of a bad idea. Hamsters have a really high sense of smell. We may not be able to smell the bedding that well, but our hamsters will, and having to smell it 24/7, it would cause distress and can even cause respiratory infections. Here are some examples of scented bedding. Harmful bedding number 4 is cotton bedding. Your hamster will most likely stuff the cotton in its mouth, which can cause air blockage and your hamster might die. Another case is your hamster may get stuck in the cotton, so it's really harmful to hamsters.
I don't have the same types of bedding available in my country, or they are really expensive.
Well, same here, buddy, same here. Here are some things you can use as bedding if there are no other options. Number 1, shredded newspaper. Shredded newspaper is an okay bedding. Even I use it as my hamster bedding. Make sure the ink is safe for your hamster though, but should only be used if absolutely necessary. Number 2, shredded toilet paper. tissue paper, book pages. It's also okay, but should only be used if absolutely necessary. Number 3. Paper pellets. Now these are really hard and can cause some trouble burrowing. It should only be used if absolutely necessary. Here are some examples of paper pellets you can use as bedding. Number 4. Aspen pellets. They are the same as paper pellets but made out of aspen wood and should only be used if absolutely necessary. Here are some examples of aspen pellets you can use as bedding. Now let's move on to the bedding questions. Question number 1.
Is bedding really necessary for hamsters?
Yes guys, it is very important since the hamsters are burrows and will burrow in the bedding. Question number 2.
How much bedding should I put?
6 to 10 inches is a good amount, but make sure your cage is tall enough or has a lid, otherwise your hamster might escape. Question number 3.
Why is my hamster stuffing his bedding in his mouth and taking it to the hideout?
Your hamster is probably building a nest like a lot of hamsters do. Don't worry, it's completely normal in hamsters. Question number 4.
Can I put different kind of bedding in some places in the cage?
Yeah, of course. You can even use sand or hay. Make sure the hay is not spiky since your hamster might get poked in the eye by it. And the sand, make sure to buy sand like from hamster sand, bath, those kind of sand. Question number 5.
What is the best bedding for burrowing?
From my research, it appears that shredded aspen, Kaytee, clean and cozy or boxo are the best choices for burrowing. Carefree will not hold burrows very well. Also, if you put aspen, make sure it's shredded and not shavings. Question number 6.
How often should you replace the bedding?
I recommend spot cleaning at least once a week. Only remove the bedding which is dirty. Question number 7. Should I clean my hamster's burrow? It is important to spot clean your hamster's burrow because you can clean out the hole if there's just way too much or any fresh food she took down, and if she is peeing there, that's what will make the cage stink. So anyways guys, that's all for this video. I hope it answered your bedding questions and that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment what video I should do next. Bye. See you next week. Also, thank you for 20 subscribers.